What's going on, guys? You all here, and welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Yoel Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. And this week, you guys, we have Jafet Ortiz coming back on the podcast. He has been probably the most requested person to come back on the podcast. Literally, people will not shut up about it. So I'm super excited and stoked that he said yes and that we were able to do this again. Thank you, Jafet, for coming back on. Thank you for being such a supporter of mine throughout the years. Literally, guys, he's always the first one to like, to support for years now. And it means so much to me. He even went to NPC to come see me sing for a concert that we did. And I got to do some Dear Evan Hansen and a different song. And I didn't get to see him in the crowd or see him afterwards, but he went to go support me. And that means so much to me. And he's always been such a good friend to me throughout the years. So he is back on. I hope you like this episode. It starts kind of mid-conversation because we were talking about his work, but the audio wasn't great. I wasn't really happy with it, so I cut a bit of it out. Yeah, I cut some of it out, so it's kind of like in the middle. But either way, I love this episode, and thank you so much, Jafet. Hope you guys like it. All right, let's go.
But you do like long distance trips. You do get like a partner, so like you can drive there, and they can drive back.
If you need a switch, you can.
Yeah, or you can switch anytime you can.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think I'd be able to do it on my own. Like if I'm driving at night, I'm tired. I'm gonna start dozing off, and if I have so many hours to go, like I'm screwed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know I've gotten multiple trips to like San Francisco, and it's just me by myself. And sometimes they're like really, really early in the morning, and you're just kind of dozing off, and that's kind of, I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. You got a patient with you. You gotta be as safe as possible. But and San Francisco sucks with the parking, so you can imagine like the big old freaking van. Oh, you can't find parking at all.
Oh, I bet. That's the worst. Wow. But yeah, dozing off. That's how I totaled my car.
Really?
By dozing off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember.
Came back from a concert and dozed off. My sister was just asleep. And I almost made it to my dad's house, but dozed off. The car went to the ditch and completely totaled the car.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that completely changed my whole mindset on things. Like, listen to yourself and to your body. Even if, I don't know, even if it's such a simple thing, but if you're tired, like, handle it, take care of it, communicate. Yeah, that completely changed my mindset too. But Oregon, I drove to Oregon one time too. My cousin, he went to the University of Oregon, and this was during COVID, and they basically sent an email that all the students had to move out because of COVID, so empty out your dorms. So I drove with him. I remember when the navigation said something like, for 500 miles, keep straight, because once you get on the 5 north, that's just all the way down. So for 500 miles, keep north. I'm like, god damn. So it took us a little over 10 hours, I would say. 10 hours. And then we slept, then we emptied the dorm and drove back the next day. And I was the one driving because my cousin, he didn't have his license at the time. That's the craziest that I've done. But Oregon, shit.
Wait, you went up to see him and then came back with him, or you went with them up there and then came back with them again?
I went with him up there. So he went back home to give the school like time to deal with the COVID situation. And then once they sent out that email, like, hey, you have to empty out your dorms. So I drove here to Manteca to pick him up.
Yeah.
And then we took their family car, and that's when we drove up. And then I came down with him and all his stuff. Yeah, I remember him saying, why are we filling up the tank so much? We didn't fill it up. I'm like, dude, all your shit's in the fucking trunk. Look at the back seat. Like, this car is heavy now. All your shit's here. Yeah, we have to fill it up all the time. But that was the craziest drive.
And you still had your old Camry back then, or no?
My Corolla.
Oh, was it a Corolla?
Toyota Corolla, yeah.
Oh, okay.
2010. Yeah. But I got another one, but just newer.
Yeah, newer.
The 2024.
That's a good upgrade. That one looks nice.
Yeah, I've always liked cars like that. They're easy to drive, cheap on gas. And it's just me, so why would I want something different?
Yeah, I learned the lesson the hard way.
How so?
Honestly, if I can go back to when I bought my car, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably end up buying like a Japanese car, something reliable. Just because I've put in so much money, and something always goes wrong, just with German cars in general. Something always goes wrong. You can have everything fixed. You think you're good for a month or two, and then something just pops up. And it's an old car. It's like a 23-year-old car, so it's got wear and tear. So you got to replace a bunch of stuff,
Right,
anyways.
right. Yeah. I almost made a big mistake, I think, a couple years ago. Maybe 2020, 2021. I wanted a Jeep. I wanted a yellow Jeep. And I was so set on getting it too. Like a brand new Jeep. And thank God I didn't go through it, because I don't know where I would be if I was still paying those big ass monthly payments for a Jeep. And then I actually got to drive one. My friend had one. And she's like, "Oh, let me come and drive the Jeep so you could try it out." Hated it. I liked how it looked and I wanted one, but once you're in it, it is so uncomfortable. I felt a little claustrophobic because she had like this plastic roof that comes off or whatever, and it just felt very tight. So I like the idea of a Jeep, but once I actually drove one, no, thank God I didn't go through with it, because I don't know where I would be.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, that people want Jeeps, and then as soon as they drive one, they have a horrible experience, like driving one. And then, like, it's also not a cheap vehicle to maintain at all, especially on gas, too.
Yeah.
And those tires, oh my God, trying to replacing those tires, those are expensive.
Yes. I bet. So you put in your 2 weeks. You said you're gonna start school. Where are you gonna go to school?
Oh, I start nursing school on
wow.
Mondays. So,
Where's that at?
it's in.
That's the school. Ever since my parents put me on the emergency contact list, the school calls me about everything. Bus A got changed to Bus G. Bus F will be 10 minutes late. There's a council meeting. I don't give a fuck.
And it's just an automated message.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello.
Attention families of our 9th through 11th grade students. We are excited to invite you to our annual Condor Showcase on Tuesday, January 28th
I don't
from
care.
6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Event highlights. Administration welcome will be at 5:40. Attention families of our...
I don't care.
But did we ever have that Condor? What is that showcase?
I don't care. I don't know. I'm like, why do I get calls about everything?
Yeah.
It's annoying. I know my parents get it too, but why'd you put me in it?
Yeah.
Just call me if you need me. Okay, you were saying nursing school?
Yes, I start nursing school on Monday. This coming Monday.
Oh, where's that at? Where's it at?
It's in San Jose. So I have
shit.
to commute every day to San Jose.
Oh, fuck.
And it's full time, so it'd be like Monday through Thursday from 8 to like 4. And then...
And you gotta leave, what, 5 a.m.? 6 a.m.?
Probably 6 a.m. the latest to make it
Right.
on time. So yeah, it's gonna be a little challenging, but I gotta get it done. It's not like your typical, I guess. It's not RN, like it's not the RN school. It's like it's a, I don't know if you're familiar with like the nurse terms, like LVN or like licensed vocational nurse.
Got it.
So it's like right under RN, but it's only it's an accelerated program, but it's only like 1 year. So in 1 year I'll be able to graduate.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow, but San Jose, what a commute.
Yes,
Monday through Thursday. Was that always your plan to go to nursing school? And all
I
that?
mean, not my original plan.
Yeah.
From the beginning, but recently, like in the last couple of years, that's been my goal right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where I end up in a couple of years after that.
Wow. So you'll be without work? You'll just be focusing on nursing school?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm trying. I know, my uncle has connections in the like restaurant business, so he's trying to give me a job at like restaurants, or maybe like busing, some quick cash every day, taking home some quick cash, like Saturday and Sunday, so I can still work and make some money,
some tips and stuff.
Yeah, so at least I won't be like completely broke throughout nursing school. But yeah, we'll see how my schedule turns out on the workload and everything, if I can handle everything.
Yeah, that's a lot. What kind of, obviously I know about nursing school, but what kind of things like do you do like within that year? What kind of things are you going to work on? What do they expect of you and stuff like that?
So it's like broken down into like 3 terms.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 quarters in a year.
Okay.
And the first semester, the first term is like all the basic stuff, like what things mean, the roles of nurses, and like just building up your knowledge before you're able to like work on your skills, I guess. And you can do skill. I think we're gonna be able to do skills, but like in like labs, like on dummies and stuff. So that's how it's gonna start off with, and then later on the second term is when we start going to like rehabilitation facilities and like like nursing homes type of facilities.
Yeah.
And you get to shadow a nurse and then
Nice.
help them pass out their medications.
Mm.
So you get to deal with the actual patients, face to face, which I'm pretty used to that. I was a nurse aide for 2 years.
Wow.
So I worked at those facilities, and I know how to talk to people. I know how to talk to especially elderly, sick people.
Yeah.
Make them feel, like make them feel, how would I say it? Like, more comfortable, more in the situation that they're in, I guess.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of my grandma. We've struggled with my grandma for a couple years now. She has Alzheimer's, cancer survivor, you name it, diabetes, overweight. She was going through a very tough time in Puerto Rico, and we flew her over here. And then with me and my dad and my uncle and my tika, we took turns helping her out, and she's benefited tremendously. But switching everything, like getting all her doctors here, she has all her medication, all her medicine, and she's very forgetful, but she also has a temper, and she thinks nothing's wrong with her. She thinks everything is okay. And I'm like, Grandma, you need help. Like, you need help going to the bathroom. She could barely walk, so we have to help her. That was a big eye-opener for me, like seeing like my grandma needing so much help, and but also completely changed my life, and I'm so grateful. And recently we flew her to Puerto Rico, and she's in a nursing home in Puerto Rico, and I was able to see it a couple weeks ago when I was over there, and it's a beautiful nursing home in Calle, in our town. Everyone there, they're former nurses and doctors, and they live there, they work there, they take care of all the elderly people,
right,
shower them, fresh clothes, they give her makeup, they do her nails, obviously feed her medicine. She's still in a wheelchair right now, but thank God for people like that that are that are taking care of elderly people, because we need it.
Yeah. See, it's not an easy job, and it's not for everyone. In that situation that you're in, when you have a family member like that, it's never easy time. It's never. I'm so glad that she's in Puerto Rico, so she's at home, and and you guys got her the best care pretty much that you guys can get her. And it's people I've met people with all kinds of diseases, especially Alzheimer's. They think nothing's wrong with them. They think they're a normal person, which they are. They just want to go back to their normal lives that they were living. But the thing is that it's always it's not hurting other people. It's like you don't want them to hurt themselves. Which is never an easy thing. It's never an easy thing to face, and it's kind of hard to get people adjusted to that life. And you personally don't have like the how would I say it, like the equipment. You're not you don't have the kind of like help that like a facility like that would have, and
Got it.
all those people, they have patience. And I know with family members it's tough because you're so used to them being the way they were before, and now they're, it's like they switched up into a different person. I know in those kind of facilities, we also had my grandpa there. He had like severe depression, and we had to admit him to one of those places, and it was hard. It was hard seeing him. I was small, but I could tell that it wasn't easy on everybody. So yeah, I applaud to all those healthcare workers that are able to take on that challenge.
Yeah, and she was briefly at a place in Manteca when I went there. It was felt like I was in a hospital, but all the rooms, like in every single hall, I'm like, wow, that is a lot to take care of. And how casually I heard people say, oh yeah, she passed last week, let's put this away. He passed yesterday. Like how often things happen and how things quickly can change, and how much of a connection they had with every elderly person there, and how everyone has their own specific needs and specific diets. Yes. I saw when it was lunchtime, I saw everyone eating, and they had a postcard, and it just said like no gluten, no fish, no dairy. Everyone had like their own specific things for their specific diet, and I'm like, this is a whole industry that I never got to see until now. And I'm like, how hard it is and how much, I don't know, care and love you have to put into your job.
Yes.
Insane.
Yes. Those places can be good and also bad. That's why you're always trying to get the best quality place you can go, because not everybody is the same. Not all facilities are the same.
Yeah.
Some facilities have lower budgets, so they have to cut other things.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that your grandma's back. And her.
Thank you. I've noticed a difference too. Like when you're in your culture, when you're in your people, when it's Spanish everywhere.
Yes.
And when she looks out the window and she sees bananas and plantains and trees and feel the humidity, like I noticed a difference.
Yes.
She felt like at home, which is nice. Once you graduate, do you plan to be a nurse Bay Area or back home here? Do you have any idea?
For the meantime, once I graduate, I probably work locally, so maybe like Salinas, Monterey County, just so I can help out my parents while I still can.
Yeah.
I know, in a couple of years they will retire. Mm-hmm. So I just want them to be well off for the meantime, and then I can go out and do my own thing, continue with my life, start my own family.
Yeah.
So we'll see, the time will tell. We'll see where I will go.
That's great. Yeah. I started recently thinking about that too. My parents, they're not old yet, but they're about to turn 50, I think, this year.
Yeah.
And that's not old at all, but I know my dad's already thinking of retirement.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm about to turn 25 next year, so I'm not like in my early 20s anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't feel like a kid and I don't look like a kid, and hell, I have bills and everything, but my mentality changes a bit. Oh, how am I going to take care of my dad? My mom's thinking about going back to PR to help her mom, like full time.
Right.
Thinking of leaving everything here and starting the rest of her life over there. So I've been thinking about that too. How can I give back? Because at the end of the day, we want to be in a position to give back and to help and to pay forward for everything that they've done for us.
Yes. Yeah. Like you said, we're not kids anymore.
Right.
It was a blur to me. It's still a blur from 18 to 25. It's still a little blur.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, honestly, we're gonna age like fine wine, so we'll see where it takes us.
Yeah, nice. Let's talk about your trip to Japan. I know we talked briefly a couple months ago. You brought me some magnets and some stuff. That was really cool.
Yes.
Talk to me about the trip to Japan, how it started and planning for it and how'd it go.
Oh man, see, I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah.
For a long time. I'm a big fan of, Japanese culture in the ways of like animation, like cars, especially cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like the food. Oh my God, I love Japanese food and Asian food in general.
Yeah.
It was just always a goal to go. But then it became a thing when my really good friend Cruz, you remember Cruz?
Yeah.
He said he actually wanted to go. He's like, he had the money, so he's like, I'm down to go. Does anyone want to come with me? I'll even spot you your plane ticket. You just gotta pay me back later. It's all, you just gotta come with me. I'm like, damn, this is a perfect opportunity, like to go. I got the chance to go. And we had Joel Rosas, from Pollo. He's still up. He was still up there at the time. Excuse me. We were still up there. He was still up there at the time, and he was still teaching. I believe it was elementary school kids, but he was still teaching up there. He was still working. And I'm like, it'd be perfect to go right now because he would be coming back the fall that same year. He would be coming back and probably not returning to Japan for a long time. So while he was still up there, it was the perfect chance to go. We had a tour guide and we had somebody that speaks Japanese pretty fluently. So he'd be able to translate for us.
That ass.
So we were able to convince so Cruz convinced me. We were able to convince who was it right away? Oh, it's Gabriel. So Gabriel Ramirez. We were able to convince him right away. And Aldair. Nice. And he was the last one to convince. It took some time. And then one day we tried convincing him all night, and then it was unsuccessful. And then I woke up to him already buying his ticket. I'm like, what changed, man? And he was just talking to Boyo about it's a when will we be able to do this again? Not for a long time.
Yeah.
So we decided to go. It was I'm blanking out the month that we left.
Wasn't it the summertime?
Yeah, it was the summertime, but it was the ends of June. No, yeah, I think it was the ends of June.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was July. My bad. But anyways, we all went. I remember getting dropped off at the airport from my mom. A bunch of luggage in the car. And as soon as we landed, oh my God, you can feel the heat.
Oh shit.
Before that, the plane ride was pretty long. It was like about 9 hours?
Non-stop?
Yeah, it was non-stop. But it didn't seem as bad, on the way there as on the way back.
That's not as bad as I thought it would be, actually.
Yeah, I know some airlines. It was a bit more pricey ticket to go straight there, but some airlines you have to stop at in China, and then transfer over, and that would have taken 18 hours maybe.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so something crazy like that. I honestly can't remember, but I remember as soon as landing in Japan, you just felt the heat. You felt the heat from outside. When you get out the plane and you're still outside, and they just have that little thing that connects to the actual airport, so you can still kind of feel the weather outside.
That's how it is in PR.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was. Honestly, we're look on the bright side of things. We're in Japan, but it was pretty hot.
Wow. Were you able to sleep at all? Because I can only sleep on a plane if we're flying at night, because I'm already tired. Yeah. So I pretend, it's time to sleep. But if I'm sleeping during the day, the morning, I can't sleep for shit.
Nah, it was during the day when we actually got there.
Oh.
See, Japan works different, so it's like a day. It's a day ahead, so when we left, we basically kind of went back in time, so we didn't move the day. Yes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were. I thought you meant if we were able to sleep at night. That's what you meant. But nah, at night, that the Japanese Airbnbs have blazing cold, really cold ACs, so you can sleep at night. You might even get really cold at night because everyone just left the AC on.
Were you jet lagged at all?
Yes, the first night it was crazy because the first night we landed there, everyone wanted to get something to eat and go to sleep maybe, or take a rest, go back to Airbnb. But we went to the Airbnb. We had to find it first to leave all our stuff, right? And my friend's nah, you have to stay awake because you have to get adjusted to the time here. If you don't, you'll probably end up sleeping throughout the whole day tomorrow. That's what Boya was saying. So like if we fall asleep right now, we probably won't wake up till like midday tomorrow. So he said you have to get adjusted and hold off till the nighttime to go to sleep.
Oh shit.
And it was crazy. The first night, instead of resting and stuff, we just changed and we went exploring. So we landed in Tokyo
Nice.
right away, and we went out exploring and we went to it's called the Sky Tree. It's this big old tall building. I have some pictures, but it's a really tall building, and they have like a Pokemon Center inside, and like a kind of like little shops around, kind of like an indoor swap meet type, but Japan. So it was cool. It was cool to experience that, and when we got to the top, it was like Pokemon themed. So, like, it was just really cool, man.
Nice.
That was the first night, though. Overall, the trip was pretty good. Got to experience a whole different culture.
Yeah.
Try new foods. Oh my god, I love my time in Tokyo. I went to Hiroshima, Kyoto, and Osaka, and all those places.
What's all that? Cities, right?
Yes. So Tokyo, right? Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's a big main city. Osaka is a really big city, second to Tokyo.
Got it.
But it's more down south. So we had to take that bullet train down south. I don't even remember. I posted.
Yes.
That wasn't my story. Or did I send you? I send you a picture.
You
maybe.
sent it to me. Because my sticker on your bag.
I had your sticker on my luggage, so I'd be able to tell where that it was mine. And we hopped on the bullet train. It was like what? It's like 2 hours or less.
Shit.
And we were able to go on the other side of Japan, so it was pretty fast.
Wow.
And then from there we branched it out to Hiroshima. We went to a little memorial where they had the World War II memorial where they dropped the bombs. We got to see that one last building that was standing from World War II, and now it's like a green. Now it's all, instead of it doesn't look like a war zone anymore. It's all green, trees everywhere. It's like a park. It was really nice. It was very beautiful. And it was also sad. The actual museum itself, it was pretty sad.
Oh wow.
And also from there we just go back to Osaka, and then we took how did we get to Kyoto from Osaka? Was it another train? I think we took another train to Kyoto. Kyoto is beautiful. I don't know if you're into matcha, but they're really known for their matcha in Kyoto.
Actually just now I just started drinking matcha. It's an adjustment. It's a flavor that I was like, what the hell? But if you put a little milk and sugar and balance it out, that's nice.
Over there, you can have it as sweet as you want, and like they have matcha chocolate, matcha drinks.
Nice.
And Kyoto's the part where you see people dressed in their in their cultural attire, like their kimonos.
Right.
It's more traditional, I guess.
Nice. How long were you in Japan for again?
For 2 weeks. I was in there
for
just like a little over 2 weeks, maybe 16 days.
I love vacations like that because you really got to take your time and enjoy the things that you want to do and take it all in. Sometimes people do trips like, oh, just 3 nights, 4 nights. I'm like, you don't have time to really take it in and enjoy it.
Yeah, 3 days. Not even, I don't even think a week is barely like a little sweet spot.
Yeah. That's what my friends don't understand when they say, I want to go to Puerto Rico, but just about 4 days. I'm like, you don't understand, dude. It takes you a whole day to get there, a whole day to get back. Yeah. Like there's stuff that we can do. Minimum 2 weeks. Like, take it all in. Talk to me more about the food, though, because, I love Japanese food, too, but I'm sure it's different when it's actually from Japan.
So, it's funny because to save money down there, we were trying to, eat convenience store food, which was still good, I've
seen a bunch of videos of people going to convenience stores, and I'm like, ooh, that's great. I love that. Man,
that was us every day. It was just every day. So we would try to fuel up on convenience store food and then have one big meal like at a restaurant or something, So that was a big part, some like something light, some snacks, some onigiris. You ever had those? The little rice triangles with
Yes.
seaweed wrapped.
Yes.
Yes,
I have.
and they have like tuna inside or like
That happens to me all the time. I'm like talking, and I'm like, might have to burp. I don't know.
But yeah, so that was us pretty much throughout the day. But
Yeah.
we got to try that convenient belt sushi. We didn't get to try out the like gourmet sushi, going to a restaurant and like having the chef like cut it up for you, which is a big regret. I want to go back and like experience that like that quality sushi. But we went to where they have the conveyor belts.
Yeah.
And it's just rotating. You can order as much, keep ordering, or you can just take it off the belt.
I've always wanted to go to one of those, but I feel like here I heard there's one. Anais, she told me there's one in Sacramento, but she told me it's horrible. I'm like, yeah, I guess you gotta, be in Japan or something to try a good one.
Yeah, even fast. I guess that would be considered like fast food sushi, but even that was good. Even that was just like it tasted quality to you just because you're used to the stuff back here.
Nice.
So that was good. But my favorite thing was the ramen. Oh my god, Boya was right. It would ruin ramen for you forever. Like if you had it over here, you'd always compare it to the one in Japan, and you'd always be disappointed.
I like a good spicy ramen. Spicy, but like good.
Yes.
Like it's spicy, but like it tastes bomb. Like enough that you can just keep eating and eating.
Yeah.
That's good.
So they have like a franchise over there called Ichi. Yeah. Hold on. What is it called? Ichiban Ramen, I believe. I might honestly don't quote me on that, but it's like a chain, right? It's like a chain. And Boyo told us about it, and we waited an hour to get in. At least the one we were in Shibuya at the time, so it's pretty populated, city.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people there, so it did take us like an hour to get in. And you're able to choose how you like your noodles, how thick you want them, how cooked you want them, how much what kind of toppings you want on it, basically. And they sit you in these booths, and you can either be by yourself or we were together, so we took the blinds down. So it's more like, I guess if you're more like less sociable in Japan, it's more acceptable. If you're less sociable in Japan, they have stuff for like just being by yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
So they have like little private booths, or you can open it up and have your friends sitting there, and then in front of you is the chef, but they have like the little blind closed. So you order your sushi, and he brings it up, and like he brings it right in front of you. So they're like the kitchen's right in front of you, and the chef is like making it for you. And oh my god, I that was some of the best ramen I ever had. We had to go back again, or we had to order another bowl, I believe. And then we went back again a second time, and I think by the third time, we were just how do you say, no senpacho. No senpacho ramen, dude. We ate so much.
Just really full. Yeah.
Wow.
But
yeah, man, ramen, you have to try it in Japan. Compares to nothing to here.
Bomb. What about the nightlife? Any bars, any clubs, any stuff like that, or no?
Yes. So nightlife in Tokyo. Hold on, I'm trying to recall Tokyo. How's Tokyo?
Because I'm assuming it'd be very different over there.
Yes.
Just the music alone.
Yes.
And the vibes.
Yes. The city never sleeps. Like there's things that are like ramen shops even open up till like, I don't know if it's 24/7, but it seems like 24/7. They're open up to like 4 a.m. or like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And people are always on the streets. The lights, man, the lights in the city life is just like, I don't know if you ever watched the Blade Runner movie.
Yeah.
The new, not the new one, the most recent one, I guess, with Ryan Gosling. That's how I felt like in being in Tokyo.
Cool.
And then we went down to Osaka. We did hit actually, I can't remember if it was Osaka or in Tokyo, but we did go to a couple bars, and they were like British pub style.
Oh, cool.
And they were playing that the Olympics were going on at the time, so
cool.
everyone was watching the Olympics and like cheering on for Japan especially. And oh my god, it was just socially acceptable to just be drunk in public. We were just having a good time.
Nice.
Even after we left, oh my god, we just had a good time, and we even took it to we would get like drinks at the convenience store and just take it back to our Airbnb, and we'd be
perfect.
like, yeah. Except you can't make much noise in those type of places, especially like there's tenants there.
Yeah.
It's not just you. But in Osaka, we were able to rent out a whole house for Airbnb. So we were pretty loud. There's a karaoke spot next to us, which we didn't go. We didn't end up going. It was hard to convince everybody to go.
Oh, you don't gotta convince me. I'm there. I'm there before you guys even think about going.
It was right next door, so we can hear people singing and stuff.
Oh, perfect.
And, yeah, that was nice. I remember waking up in the morning, people leaving the bars like drunk, and I woke up pretty early to get something to eat. I was just gonna walk by myself while everyone else was sleeping.
Yeah.
And people were just leaving the bars, which is crazy. And then I turned the corner of my Airbnb, and then there's a guy just laying on the street, a Japanese guy just laying on the street, knocked out, just blacked out from drinking.
Holy shit. It's like Vegas.
It's like socially acceptable to just be drunk, I guess. So it's cool. Then we didn't it's just we did a lot of walking. My feet were like sore and even swollen from just the amount of walking that we were doing. But that's what we were doing in nighttime.
Nice.
Just checking out stuff, and then we just head back, take the train. So if you go, honestly, I think the most challenging part, other than not speaking Japanese, of course, is the trains, how to navigate the trains, like the subways. It's all on your phone. Like if you have data, which you can get it from your provider, you can get a Wi-Fi box there. But just using like Apple Maps, like it'll get you around. It's pretty accurate. But it is hard to like, the different color, the different numbers, what they all mean. Like if your train's leaving, like it's leaving without you for sure.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, as long as it's not nighttime or the last train, there's trains like every couple minutes, like every 5, 6, 7 minutes. There's a new train, so it's okay if you miss one.
Yeah, I remember when I was in New York, I struggled with the subways. But yeah, the Apple Maps, if you put where you're going, it'll tell you which subways to take.
Yes.
But oh my god, yeah, the subways in New York, I remember how insane they were too. Do you want some water or are you good?
Yeah, I'll take some water.
Yeah, I'm like, I keep seeing you, and I'm like, I should have offered him some water. Do you talk to Jamie at all? Jamie Rivas? I know he lives in Japan as well. Or lived. I haven't talked to him recently.
Dude, I have not talked to him in a long time.
Because I remember he wanted to go over there and also teach. He wanted to teach Japanese kids how to speak English.
Yes. I remember him briefly talking to me about that when I saw him at MPC. When he was still going, when he was about to leave.
Yeah.
Or I think he was transferring to CSUMB at the time. But yeah, I remember him telling me that, and I remember, but I didn't know he went to Japan. I honestly didn't know he was over there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I had some notes for you, which I haven't even looked at the whole fucking time. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, before we keep going, I just wanted to thank you for all the support throughout the years. I know you've you've always supported my YouTube videos, my podcast episodes. I see you're like one of the only people that you like the vinyls I post and the photography shit that I post.
Yeah.
And I see you're always, always, always supporting. So I wanted to say thank you.
Of course, man. Whenever I can.
And you were part of my second season, and yeah, you're back on. So I appreciate all the support. I just want to say thank you.
And what season are we in already? This is like season 10?
Season 8. Season 8, yeah. Yeah, but 8's my lucky number. This is my last season. I wanted to end it. I'm ready to end it, ready to retire from it.
Yes.
But I got a little, like, I came up with another idea, and I'm like, damn it, Yoel, I'm going to have to come back to it in the near future.
Yeah.
I want to do a whole season interviewing business owners. I thought it'd be a cool, like, in this area. Like, I'm talking about, like, the owner of, I don't know, Fisherman's Grotto, someone from the aquarium, owner of Kyoki's Hawaiian Barbecue. Like, I don't know. I thought it'd be cool because for this area, like, in the community, I think it'd be cool to do something because my instructor last semester, she is the executive director. She's like the big boss of the Monterey Jazz Festival. Yeah. And I'm like, she'd be a cool one to interview. But yeah, I thought of that a while ago. But yeah, this is my last season for all my favorite people I've had on.
Nice.
So I'm happy that you're part of it.
Do you have something planned for the final episode, or still secret, or nothing?
Nothing specific. Just Melissa will be my last one. I thought of maybe like some Zoom situation, having everyone at the same time. I just don't know.
That'd be hard to plan out.
Hard to plan out. I might just send the link to everyone, and whoever shows up, shows up. But I don't know how I would handle it or control it, or how I would do it. It's just a little idea. But no, just Melissa. She'll end it. Yeah, I already told you who I'm having on for the rest of the season. Yes. My goal since the beginning, my dream guest is this singer called Jamie Miller. I posted about him a lot. I'm going to his show on Tuesday. He's a insane singer, like one of the greatest male singers I've ever heard in my life. And I've been a fan of his since I was very young. I say like I was so young, maybe since I was like 16, 17. Yeah. I've been such a fan of his. And I remember going to his show, and he was right outside the venue, and I got to meet him, and I brought him a letter. And I've been to 4 of his shows, and he knows me by now, but he's my dream guest. He's like my goal. So that's my last thing I got to do, but if it doesn't happen, then at least I tried. Yeah. But that's my dream guest for it. Okay, I got a few questions here. Depends how you take it, but any advice to your high school self? I know we talked a little bit about how we're not like kids anymore. Our mentalities change a bit. Yes. But if you just look back 17, 18, any advice or something to look for or to expect in the next 6-7 years? Because I would tell a lot of shit to my high school self.
Yes. What I can think of straight off the bat is don't spend your money on stupid shit.
That's a good one.
Yeah, try to save your money as much as you can, because you're definitely gonna need it in the future. But what I would tell them, something else I would tell them would be like it's okay to not know what kind of path you want to go to. It's okay to try different things until you figure out what you actually want to do. Because I remember coming in high school, I had so much like ambition to just go straight to college, 4-year, get a degree, and I guess get a job right after that, and just live the rest of your life. But you don't really know what you like doing until you actually try it out. So if I can just go back in time and like tell them to try these things that you've always wanted to do before you can actually commit to something. Yeah, that'd probably be some really good advice I would give myself.
Yeah, that's pretty much mine too, because they kind of put that in your head, and that the 4 years, yes, graduate, like that's the norm, and that it'll work for everyone, but that is not the case. It's been years, and I'm still trying to get my degree because of all the hurdles, all the bumps in the middle of the road. Life stops you.
Yes.
I thought I was going one way. Psychology, that's cool. Let's do psychology. 2 years of psychology. I'm like, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
Let me take a gap year. Let me work. Until you find your calling. Sometimes it comes in a little later for us.
Yes.
But that's why I'm always jealous of the people that have it figured out since very early on. They're like, oh, I'm going to do this. And it works out perfectly. And I'm like, you know what? Screw you. Because it's not the same for all of us.
Yes. I feel like they just got the timing right. And they like what they can do, but I feel like, if they probably deep down they have other things they've wanted to try and they're probably scared to try, but because what they're doing now has worked great so far. But I think as you get older, you should never stop growing.
Yeah.
Always trying to gain more knowledge, I guess, and trying, I guess, if you're thinking about it in the workforce way, build up your skills. You don't need to have a degree. If you have some good skills, you'd able to find a good job. You good?
I'm getting it now. Yeah, I agree. I remember when I started working for my dad's business, I did not like it at all. I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get my degree and leave, and I was so unhappy there. But also I was so young. There was still so much more to me to figure out.
Yes.
Now, throughout the years, I still work there. I love it there. I found my calling there, and I found my voice, and I know that I'm needed there, that the stuff I do there matters, and that's where I belong. But also, I want my music degree. I learned very early on that my music degree is a life goal, and that I need to achieve it, because I have a lot of people to prove wrong, but also that's just something that I need to kind of validate myself that I actually did it, and I didn't listen to anyone trying to hold me back or to tell me I couldn't do it. And I'm so close. This time next year I'll be graduating. I'm so close, and I'm super excited about it. But yeah, I remember when I was younger, I didn't see the purpose of anything. I was so lost. I remember when I turned 20, I was crying about it. I'm like, I don't want to be 20. And then I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're so fucking dramatic. But I found my calling. And yeah, throughout the years, you go through stuff that, kind of grows you up a bit, matures you. Every year that goes by, I'm so much more confident and sure of myself and my decisions. I stop giving a shit about what people have to say, what they think. Yeah, that's why I can't wait to get older now. Before I was scared of getting older because I was so lost and confused.
Yeah.
Let me keep getting older.
Yeah. I feel like you're in the right path. Even if you're unsure of some things, everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what. And then I'm scared for my sister is a senior. My sister's graduating in a few months, and I see myself in her, and I'm like, I felt like that was me yesterday, but she's 7 years younger than me, and it's weird to think about now that she's gonna be going through that, and she doesn't know what she wants to do.
Yeah.
She's lost, and I'm like, oh God, and I'm trying to guide her and give her advice and stuff, but sometimes you just gotta go through it on your own and experience those things, because you can get all the advice, but you don't really understand it or take it to heart because you don't know what that feels like. And then my sister Aaliyah, she's 6th grade, so next year she'll be at the middle school, and I don't know, all that shit's it's still fresh to me. I remember being in middle school, I remember being in high school, it's happening, and I'm like, I don't even know. You have siblings too, right?
Yes, I have 2 siblings.
Younger?
Yes, they're both younger. But one of them's 23, so it's already a big kid. He graduated from CSUMB.
Nice.
Last summer, and I also have another brother. His name's John. He's 11 years old, so he's the young one.
I remember. Yeah, there was a young one. Where does he go to school?
He goes to school. I honestly don't even know the name of his school because it's somebody's name, and then elementary school
okay,
it's I don't know, honestly. I don't even know the name. But he goes to school in Salinas.
Yeah.
And I'm really jealous of him because he's still a kid. All he worries about is, finishing his homework and then coming back and playing like PlayStation all day. That's all he's worried about. And I remember being a kid like that in middle school too. Like that was my biggest worry, is just getting home and like getting on the game, playing with my friends.
Mm.
And now you have so much other things to think about.
Dude. Yeah, I agree. I remember something like that hit me recently when I was a kid. I'd just be in the back of the car. My parents would drive.
Yeah.
And I could sleep. I could, like, no one would even give a shit.
Yeah.
When we get there, like, they'd pick me up, bring me to my room.
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I'm up. I'm talking to you. If I got to drive, I got to drive. I'm looking at the roads, your blind spot. I'm up all night if you're driving. Like, it's just weird. I remember being a kid and just didn't have to worry about shit like that.
Yes, it's a bittersweet feeling, but you have to grow up. I'm just glad I got to experience all those things. But yeah.
Anything you I want to know about any more like life goals, anything that you see yourself in the future that you're striving for or that you want to achieve at some point. Any life goals at all?
Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I want to have a simple life, like start up a family, be able to provide for my family.
Yeah.
Get to travel at least before I have any kids.
Yeah.
Be able to travel. I really want to go back to Japan, like I said. Even I want to go to Italy as well. France, the Polynesian Islands.
Beautiful.
So I want to do all that before I'm able to settle down and start a family. But
yeah,
I want to have. My goal is just to have anything I need in order to survive. Things I enjoy is like going out and like. Oh damn! I'm about to get a cramp on my foot.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. All I need is some place to live, some money in my pocket, and my car. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And food. Food in my refrigerator. That's all I need.
That's the dream. That's kind of the goal for a lot of us. If we can get that, we're winning. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, I know there's some people, that want to have more things, and every to each their own.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that you need so much in your life to be happy or to be content. You don't, especially materialistic things. You don't need a lot of that. Sure, you might want to have like the biggest house or most expensive car or like the up to date on the Apple devices, but like. At the end of the day, that's not gonna make you happy. So,
yeah. At the end of the day, none of that matters. Yeah. When I'm with my family, when I'm present, this past time in Puerto Rico, like I actually realized what matters in this life and what matters in this world. And I was thinking like, oh, if this was taken away, or if I don't know, if I had a beef with my family and I stopped talking to them, like I'd be very unhappy. I'd be very empty. And you can buy as many things as you want or treat yourself as many times as you want, and a lot of those things don't equal to that love and happiness that you actually need.
Yes, and time is precious. Like
yeah,
right now you should be, you're gonna regret not spend as much time as you spend with your family. You're gonna regret not spending enough time with them in the future. When they're not here anymore, you're gonna wish they were still here. You wish you were right here in the moment, where you can call up your mom, call up your dad, your grandma. In the future, you're not gonna be able to do that. So.
Wow. Yeah, and we just talked about that too earlier about parents. Yeah. And like my grandma, and that's why, like I told you, I'm so grateful for the time I spent with my grandma, because I had my time.
Yes.
And I enjoyed every second of it. And if she passes, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I wish I said this or did this, or I spend more time. No, I healed that part of me, and whatever happens. Yeah, and I have very close family members. Like my dad's uncle, he's 82 now, and he's killing it. He's great. But it's things that I think about. I'm like, oh, everyone's getting older, and I'm not looking forward to that time. But also, I'm taking everything in. I'm appreciating, everything. It's a weird time. We got great timing. I've loved this episode. I've loved talking to you. Any question for me that you have
Um,
before we wrap up?
yeah. What is the future of Confabulate look like? I know you said you want to end it, but
Yeah,
and you want to do other things, but
yeah. I don't know the future of it. It's gonna be a big pause for now.
yeah,
But I'm proud of myself for what I've been able to do the past 4 years, and a lot of people like to start things and give up or just quit or just stop in the middle. A lot of people ask me all the time, "Do you have any advice? I want to do a YouTube channel. I want to start doing this. I want to start doing that." And I'm like, "Well, start, but continue to do it and be persistent with it. Um, and ask yourself why it is you are doing what you're doing. A lot of people do it for the wrong reasons,
Right.
which is for attention, for views, it's great. And if you want to make money from it, that's great. For me, I never saw it as that, because for me, ever since I was very young, I knew that my way of expressing myself was through art, through writing, through singing, through creating content. That was my passion. That was me. That's how I can express myself artistically. So I was gonna do it no matter how many people watched or listened or even cared. I was even people that doubted me or told me I'm not good enough. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. So I'm proud that I've been able to do it for 4 years, have as many people as I've had on. I love that the episodes will always be there for people to listen. I think that's really cool. It's kind of like my diary, especially my YouTube videos when I was 17. Like, they're all still up there. People can watch. It's really cool. Yeah, then the episodes I've been able to do, and yeah, season 8. I'm excited about it. It's my lucky number, my favorite number. I got so much shit planned. I'm excited. About 19 episodes. Usually I do 12, but we're gonna do 19. It'll be a blast. And yeah, like I told you about the business owners at some point. And then if I get Jamie Miller on, that'll be a random episode somewhere. But yeah, my other projects, I want to do covers again. I want to sing. My capstone for, you know what capstone is for major?
I know you have some kind of project
Yeah.
that you have to do in order to get your degree.
Yeah. Every major has its own requirements and its own thing. Yeah, it's like a big project, and you do have classes like Pro Seminar and Capstone 1 and 2 to like prepare you for that, to specifically work on it. And so for music, I think I'm gonna do an album. I haven't really started it yet, but a lot of people are just doing albums. A lot of people will just either write a paper, or do a performance or orchestra or presentation or something. When I heard that making an album was an option, I'm like, well, I've always wanted to make one. I've always said since I was a kid, like, oh, one day I'll put out an album. I'm 25 now, so it's like, this is my only chance.
Yeah, why not?
A lot of the students are engineers and producers, and they can help me out.
Right.
So pretty soon I'm gonna start recording an album. So I'm excited to put that out. It'll be of covers though, maybe 6 covers. Because I have been writing since middle school. I have songs. I write songs and melody, but I don't write music. So I know what the song will sound like with the melody and the lyrics.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it'll sound like with drums, piano, guitar. I don't think like that.
That's a big.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Because I don't play anything, so I don't know. But I know how I want the rhythm to go lyrically.
Right.
So they won't be originals because I don't know how I'd be able to work like that. But that's how the music industry works a lot. A lot of times, songwriters will just have melody and lyrics, and they'll send it to other musicians, and they'll make the beats to it, or vice versa. You'll hear a song, and you'll just write lyrics to it. So yeah, I want to work on that album. And then I've been writing 2 books for a couple years. One of them's more about my life, but not from the first person. I didn't want to put too much out. I wanted to leave a lot for interpretation. But it's a very funny book. I kind of take you on this journey of like ups and downs, advice, struggles. It's funny, but also very personal and very heavy, but also I made up a bunch of characters, so no one really knows who's who.
Right.
You just have to kind of assume. But a lot of my life is thrown in there, and a lot of I don't know. It's a cool book. and I already did all the research how to publish it. I know how to put it out, so
Damn.
that'll be fun when I do that. Another one is a cookbook, which I'm like, let's try it out because I do love to cook, but I wanted it to be very collaborative.
Yeah.
So my parents are gonna do a recipe in there, my sisters, a lot of my friends, and it's gonna be very simple recipes for normal people throughout the week
Right.
to shit that you actually want to make and that looks good. Because I've gotten many recipes and cookbooks from all these like white chefs that make all these fancy ass shit,
Yeah.
and it's a bunch of ingredients that you don't have in your pantry, you don't have in your fridge.
Yes.
I have to go out of my way to look for this, and it's something that I would never want to fucking make.
Right.
So a lot of these recipes are like normal stuff that if I can make it, you can make it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but that's like a fun one. And then what's the last one I want to do? Yeah, I wanna sing more. So I've been auditioning for national anthems and stuff like that.
Nice, man.
That's what's next for me.
Nice.
Big answer.
Yeah, sounds like you have a lot to do, and can't wait. Honestly, I'm so glad you didn't give up, like you said on your podcast. You know, you said you're on season 8. You did not give up, so that means like every season you were able to improve.
Oh yeah.
And even on your singing, man, like I remember when I went to go see you at that thing at NPC.
That's what I forgot to mention earlier.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to that. That
Yeah,
was
of
Music in
course.
the Stacks NPC. We do a concert at the end of each semester, and you came. I didn't see you. I don't really look at the crowd.
Yeah, I was all the way in the back at the top. Yeah.
Because if I see someone, that's all I'll be thinking about. So I would look at the light or look at the wall. But I appreciate you coming.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I remember you singing. It blew me away. Like seeing you sing, like, you know, live compared to I remember the last performance I got to see you. Which the one I'm thinking of was practicing for, was it graduation? You were able to sing in high school
all those years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Seeing the improvement from, even though you were in high school, doesn't matter, but seeing that improvement to today's, that was crazy. And you blew everyone away because you had most people actually, like, you had like the heaviest applaud, like at
Really?
yes, one of the heaviest applauds at at that show.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Yeah. I know I've improved tremendously since I was very young, but there's still a lot more for me to get better at. I appreciate you going and saying that. Yeah, I worked really, really hard on that. Mamma Mia and Waving Through a Window.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my dream, though, to be able to do that. I've worked so hard for so many years for me to pull that off in front of all my friends, my family in the front. I'm like, oh, God. So, yeah, I'm happy you went. Thank you. Let's see what else we got. This episode is already long as hell.
Damn. I don't know how much you're gonna cut off.
No, I think we're good. Oh, I don't want to miss anything. I think we're good. Yeah, we'll end it here. I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening to Confabulate. I appreciate it. See y'all next week.